What's going on, guys? Maker Mods here. I just wanted to do a quick kind of DIY suggestion slash tutorial, if you will. So this right here is one of the keyboards that I talked about yesterday really briefly, one of the 96 key kits. This is the Tofu96. It's got a brass plate. You can see USB-C connector. Gotta frame that pretty good. One thing that I noticed is I soldered the caps lock on, like a normal caps lock, not stepped. But oddly enough, the caps lock is supposed to be, or like the default configuration that's programmed into this PCB is for a stepped caps lock spacing. So right now my caps lock just doesn't work. And I've been trying to program this keyboard. It's a nightmare because even though it supposedly takes QMK, you have to go to this like Chinese QMK configurator, and it's kind of unlike the normal one that works really well. And so I've been having a lot of problems trying to program this particular keyboard. So if anyone has any suggestions or tips on how to program this caps lock specifically, I'm all ears. Please drop me something in the comments and help me out. I would really appreciate it. I'll give you a shout out. But anyways, so this is the keyboard, and it sounds okay. The only thing that I was going to try today was to see if putting some material in the bottom, like felt liner or whatever, would change the sound signature. Now this is built with lubed and filmed spring-swapped Cherry MX Hyperglide blacks, and we'll do a quick sound test right now. My mic just moved. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try basically lining the bottom of this keyboard with material, because I noticed that it does ring a little bit, it is a little pingy, and so what I want to do is line the bottom of this. And what I'm going to use today is DynaMat. So for those of you guys who may not be familiar, DynaMat is basically something that is seeing a lot of use, has seen a lot of use always in like the car audio scene, because they use it to basically soundproof, your doors and side panels and stuff like that, so that if you put in like a bump-in custom sound system, the outside world won't hear it and be super annoyed. This also just kind of increases or improves the sound quality, right? Because there isn't going to be that nasty rattle that you hear sometimes in a crappy sound system. And so I had some lying around my shop from a different project, and so I thought, why not just try it out? I'm not, I do have to give like a warning. I have no idea how this is going to sound. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. But I'm kind of excited to find out, and I'm glad you guys are along for the ride with me. So let me grab some shears, and we will try to get this thing cut to size. So here's the test fit, and it's looking pretty good, I gotta say. Right? If we were to peel this off. There's just so many ways that this can go wrong. press it through. That might actually just work. Alright, so now this is going to be the sound test with the DynaMat installed. Whoa. And one thing I forgot is that the bottom of this is aluminum, and so I'm probably getting crazy shorts right now. I think it's really possible. Okay, so that's like a really brief but really huge oversight that I made. This is aluminum. Or I know that there's aluminum in here. I don't know if the whole sheet is aluminum, but and aluminum is electrically conductive. And ironically, this cuts way worse than the DynaMat does. Let's just try folding it over first and see if that will prevent this thing from... The other thing is I really hope I didn't short anything, like to the point where it's not going to work. It's dead. You've got to be kidding me. Yeah, everything works. It's really weird. All right, 3, 2, 1. So here is the typing test. So there you have it, guys. To my ear, the DynaMat is phenomenal. It sounds way better, all of the technical difficulties aside, and I'm really glad that I tried this out. I might try other materials as well. I know Sorbethane sheets are really popular. Some people just use the foam or the felt. But to my ear, honestly, the DynaMat is great. I really like how it cuts down on all of the unnecessary echo, especially for the modifier keys that tend to have like a more hollow sound. I might do a follow-up, not a video, but just kind of follow-up thoughts on it if I do another keyboard build about putting a little bit of DynaMat in the space bar, because one thing that I noticed was the space bar, at least on the Tofu96, it seems to kind of echo a lot. So definitely going to try that in a future video. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hope you really enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new. DynaMat isn't the cheapest material. I just used it because I had it lying around. But, it's probably not something that I'd recommend you going out and buying unless you are really bothered by the sound of your keyboard and you want it to sound a lot more muted, but still pick up the deeper kind of thock sounds from your keyboard itself and from your keycaps. We buy GMK keycaps and we use specific switches because we're chasing a specific sound for ourselves. Everyone's preferences are different. That's why some people like milky Gatorons versus clear Gatoron tops, and that's totally fine. To each their own, I say. Different strokes for different folks, and horses for courses, right? But yeah, guys, thanks for sticking with me through another video. I'm gonna try to figure out a less ghetto implementation than putting plastic bags in my keyboard. But yeah, thanks for watching this one with me, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.